Hey guys, so from today onwards, I'll start a new series on planets. I'll start with Sun and I'll continue till the north node and south node of the moon, that is the Rahu and Ketu. So, today, in the first part of this series, I'll be talking about Sun. Now, Sun is a very, very important planet in our astrology, or even for that matter, in the universe or in our solar system. Now, why? Because due to this planet sun, we exist. It's because of the sun all these natural phenomena are created. In astrology, sun is considered to be our soul. It is considered to be our father. It is considered to be our who we are. Our, in a low level, it talks about our our ego as well, how we go. It's a very spiritual planet. Sun is a sattvic planet, hence it's a very spiritual planet. But sun in western astrology is considered as a benefic, while in our Vedic astrology is considered as a malefic. Now, according to me, sun is considered as malefic only because of one reason. Sun is a great planet, because if a planet gives life, or if a star give life in this planet, it has to be a great planet, right? Now, sun is considered malefic because of only one reason, because it's a fiery planet, because it's an aggressive planet. So any planet that comes in contact with sun get combust. That's why you talk about combustion in astrology, because it's a fiery planet, because it's an aggressive planet. That's the only reason why it is considered as malefic. But it does a lot of great things to a person as well, right? Because it's a highly spiritual planet, because it's our soul. It's a great planet because it gives life to us. It represents our father. It represents authority. It represents our our ego, what we are. So 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 sun is a very, very important planet, and that's the reason why we consider sun sign. Like moon sign, we also consider sun sign. And sun does well, when we come to houses. Sun does well in the first house. Sun does very well in the ninth, 10th, and the 11th house as well. Why? Because first house is you, first house is yourself, first house is who you are, and that's what sun represents. Sun represents that, and it's about authority. It's about your life. What will you do in the life? And these are the things which sun represents. Ninth house also is a very comfortable place for sun, because ninth house is of higher learning. Ninth house is about gurus. Ninth house is about father. Ninth house is about teachers. Ninth house is about the higher learnings or the higher knowledge. And sun represents most of these things. So sun does very well in the ninth house. Sun is extremely strong on the 10th house, because sun gets directional strength, Digbala in 10th house. So sun if sun is placed in your 10th house, you can do really well in your profession, uh, because sun gets directional strength. And sun also represent your professional life, because it represent government. So sun in 10th house can give someone, or can help someone get a good government job, those IAs and the bureaucrats. So these are the people who usually have sun in their 10th house. Now, sun in 11th house. 11th house is a upachaya house, like the third or the sixth or the 10th house. And 11th house is about gains. Sun does very well here, because sun is a malefic, and it's considered as a natural malefic. And usually natural malefic does very well in the upachaya's house, and sun does particularly well in the 10th and 11th house. So these are the position where sun really does well. Now, sun is uncomfortable in the fourth house. Sun is uncomfortable in the fourth house, because if in the 10th house it gets directional strength, in fourth house, which is just the opposite of 10th house, it's kind of struggles there. Because fourth house is about mother. Fourth house is about peace of mind. And sun being a fiery planet, and sun being a more of a aggressive planet, doesn't really do well in the fourth house, and it doesn't get any strength here as well, because it's just the opposite of 10th house. Sun doesn't do well in seventh house as well. When it comes to relationship, when it comes to a little bit of emotions. It's the moon which does much better than sun. That's why moon is more comfortable in a fourth house or a seventh house. Sun in seventh house isn't a great position for sun. I mean, these are all generic information I'm giving you. It can vary if the signs are different, if the aspects are different. Things can change. But sun doesn't really do well on the fourth, in the fourth and in the seventh house. Even in eighth house, it doesn't really do well. So these are the places where it kind of struggles. In other places, it depends on how sun is placed, in which sign it is placed, who are the planets who are in conjunct with sun, who are planets who are aspecting sun. All those things will matter, whether sun is a natural malefic or a natural benefic in your chart, whether sun is powerful or sun is weak in your chart. Those things will matter. But when you come to quickly to houses, sun does very well in the first house, in the 10th house, in the ninth house, and then 11th house. It doesn't do really well in the fourth house and the seventh house, right? And to some extent in the eighth house and 12th house as well. 12th house is a spiritual house, but sun does very well spiritually if it is placed in the first house. It really does well. Now let's talk about so how does a strong sun behaves and how does a weak sun behave. Now when I talk about see, we need to see two things when we analyze sun in a chart. We need to see two things: whether it's a functional benefic or a functional malefic is the first thing which we need to see. Secondly, we need to see in which sign and in which house it is placed. So is it a powerful sun or is it a weak sun? Now, if it's a natural benefit and a powerful sun, say for example, for a Aries ascendant, it is in Aries in the first house, right? It becomes extremely powerful because for Aries it rules the fifth house, so it's a functional benefit for Aries ascendant, and it also is in the first house in the sign of Aries. First house is a great position for Sun to be, and it's exalted there. So Sun becomes extremely powerful, and it becomes a really good benefic planet for you. So what happens in that case is that you will do very well in most of the things in your life, because sun then becomes a very important planet, and sun is naturally a very important planet in anybody's chart. So you will start doing very good in a lot of things in your life. You will do well in your career, you will do well in your relationship, you'll show leadership quality, and all these things will be for good. It won't be for bad, it will be for good. Now for example, sun is in say for example sun is in is in Aries, but is a natural it's for example it's in the it's for Pisces ascendant, right? For Pisces ascendant, sun is a natural malefic, because it rules the sixth house. Now when it goes to Aries, for a sixth house, you still do well in leadership, you still do well in your authority, in your ego use. But those can be done for wrong ways. Those may you may become a leader who kind of controls bad people. You may show leadership quality for wrong reasons. That's what happens when sun becomes powerful, and that's the difference when sun is a natural benefit for you and a natural malefic for you. If sun is powerful and is a natural benefit, your leadership quality is for good things. Your leadership quality helps you to grow as an individual, to help others, to do correct things, to be spiritually advanced in life. But if it's a natural malefic for you and powerful, you are still a powerful person, you still shows leadership quality, but those can be for wrong things. Say for example, like a Hitler, right? I'm not saying Hitler has a powerful sun or a weak sun, but person similar to them will have a powerful sun because she's a great leader, but for wrong reasons. So now let's come, uh, you know, now let's talk about a weak sun, right? A weak sun can be a natural benefic sun or a functional benefic sun. A weak sun can be a functional malefic sun as well. So, for example, sun is in Libra. Sun is in Libra for a Leo ascendant, right? For a Leo ascendant, sun is a natural benefic, and the most benefic planet. Now, when it goes to Libra, where it is debilitated, what happens is that you are still a spiritual person, but you don't have that confidence, right? You need to be pushed by people, and you may be pushed by wrong people. Your confidence level, your ego can get hampered because you're not sure about yourself. You may still be a great person, you may still be ready to help people, you may still be ready to look after people, but you don't know how you will do that because you don't have the self confidence in you. And if it's a natural malefic and it's weak, then what happens is that you know it's kind of a very tricky situation because your ego is down and still you're a weak planet, so you want to do wrong things, but you're not able to do wrong things well, right? You want to be a leader for wrong activities, but you are still not sure because you're not confident. So it's kind of okay if a natural malefic is weak, because if a natural malefic is weak, it doesn't have that power. A natural malefic, if strong, or a functional malefic, if it is strong, then that becomes a very dangerous thing. But if a natural benefic is weak, that's where the problem creates, because he doesn't know what to do. His intentions are correct, his motives are correct, but he's not sure if he'll be how he'll execute that thing. That's the problem with a sun, which is a functional benefic in your chart, but is weak, is debilitated, or is in a enemy sign. It doesn't really do well. So so this is how you need to understand, this is how you need to see a sun in your chart. You need to see where it is placed, if it is placed in a good house or a bad house. You need to see if it is a natural benefic in your planet, or a functional benefic in your planet, or a functional malefic in your planet. You also need to see if it has strength or it is a weak planet. It can be if it has strength, as in if it is in a friendly sign, or in its own sign, or in its exalted sign and aspected by benefics, or it is in a weak it is weak in your chart. That means it's in an enemy sign, or it is in a debilitated sign and being aspected by a Rahu, or for that matter a Saturn. So that's a difficult sun to have. That's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like my video. Thank you. Tada. Bye bye.